Hello, my friends, it's Georgie again, back with the Shadowland Tarot. And what I would like to do today is have a little look at what Harry said about Elvis's home, Gracelands. How totally ungracious. What a total idiot. Um, he went to Gracelands and was very dismissive of Elvis's home. It seemed to bypass him totally that that home was a product of the 1960s. It was everything that Elvis wanted at that time in his life, and it was to his taste. It was just everything that that man desired in that house, and it was obviously somewhere that he deeply loved. The place where he felt secure and at home, and just everything there that he treasured. And to disrespect it by calling it gloomy and dark and like a badger's den, and I think he referred to like the interior designer. I think he said something like must have been on drugs, or it just so disrespectful. And I think he's so ignorant that he didn't even know that Elvis was the king. I don't know, it was just the way he said it. The king lived here, as much as, well, who's the king? Oh, made me so angry. And Elvis was a very religious man, and very, very kind hearted. You couldn't get anybody who was more different to Harry. So generous with charities, his friends, he would give anybody anything. And, you will know far more about Elvis than I do. And there will be people out there who, could tell me so much about Elvis that I don't know. And I don't pretend to know. But I get feelings for things. And I think Harry was so out of order and so rude and disrespectful. So I just want to do a Celtic cross from Elvis's point of view. And I want Elvis to tell me about Gracelands. And I want Elvis to just reply to Harry and just see what cards Elvis will come through to me in, and just see his report to this ignorant man criticizing his home, criticizing the place that he loved. So, with all that said and done, using the Shadowland Tarot, I'm just going to pull a Celtic cross and see what the lovely Elvis would say if he could to Prince Harry. I'm just going to pull it all from the very beginning. Okay, so let's go right to the heart of the matter. Yeah, Elvis sees the heart of the matter is that Five of Swords, that nasty, fighting, bickering, just gotta say something to be nasty. Um, Gotta have the last word. You can't say something nice. What is that saying? If you can't say something nice, don't say anything. Elvis sees that. He says at the center of all this is just nasty words. They're just words that you've said something to hurt, and you've said it deliberately. And I understand and I see that. But look at this greedy crow here. He's stolen, he's taken from these little birds here. And that's all he's doing. He's just taking the advantage so that he gets a little bit of press. And Elvis sees that. That doesn't bother him. He sees the pettiness of it all. And again, it's crossing it here, the Seven of Swords. Again, he knows that what Harry is doing is just getting away with it, just trying to get away with something snidey, something nasty. But people do see, and a lot of people are very, very angry about this. And it's just like, oh, I don't care. I'll just say something horrible and shoot my arrows, get away with it, and so what? And Elvis sees all that. He says, this is what's at the heart of it. Just two cards that are both mean cards. But in his head, he says, you know, Elvis, he says, it really doesn't bother me. The Three of Swords upside down here, the right way up, it would be, oh my gosh, you know, from heaven, I look down and I'm really upset that you've said this about my Gracelands. You know, I'm deeply wounded that you said that. Well, no, Elvis is a much bigger man than that. The Three of Swords is in reverse. Doesn't matter what they say, doesn't matter what Harry says. Look, those swords are just going to fall out. You're not break my heart, you know. You've said some stupid things, and it doesn't bother me at all, because he knows that at the bottom of all this, the way Elvis lived his life, he never hung on to the money. This is the way Harry and Meghan live, holding on, hoarding, being greedy. Give me, give me, give me, give me more money, and I'm going to hold it to me, and I'm not going to let anybody else have it. But Elvis wasn't like that. Again, he let go. Look at these two letting go cards. Letting go of hurt, letting go of money. How many people did Elvis help? How many people did he just let that money go to? Friends, family, people in need. He would buy people cars, and, you know, so this is not holding on. This is the root of how Elvis was let it go. Let the money go. Let it go out to people who need it. Let the hard words go, which is totally the antithesis of the way Harry is. So, and in the past, what have we got here? Again, burdens. In the past, burdens. You know, he's sort of saying to Harry, you can't live your life being burdened by things. You, again, let it go. And, you know, what wise words from somebody who's passed, you know, and they look down and they see, oh God, I'm getting a bit emotional. They see the way that you should be living, and they're just sort of saying, you know, you've just got to let all these burdens and all these chips on your shoulders. It is almost like a mousey here with like wood, like chips on your shoulder, isn't it? That's Harry. You've got to let it go. Be kind. And, you know, in the future, you need to be like the Queen of Cups. You need to give. You need to give out. And, you know, if you give, it will come back to you. The Queen of Cups is such a loving energy. And that is what Elvis had in his life, loving energy, surrounded by love, because he let go of the things that weren't important. And really, that needs to be the future. Having the Queen of Cups in your life, having the love, the compassion, that emotion in your life, not this hanging on to the hurt. You've got to let the hurt go, let all the burdens go. Okay, so we're coming up to the outside here. We've got the world. I mean, Elvis, by the time he died so young. He was only in his early 40s. But he'd done his cycle. Again, a bit like Lisa Marie. It was time for him to go. He'd done what he needed to do, and his time had come, although it was so early. He'd done his whole route from being born to dying, and he'd done it very well. You know, things in his life were, you know, difficult at times, but he made a good life for himself, and he made a life that left a legacy. And, you know, it was a complete circle, a complete world. He did his journey well. And Temperance, very balanced, you know, and this is the way that Harry isn't. And Elvis is just saying, you know, I had very much a balance of life. I had, you know, my foot in the earth, and the other foot in the water. I knew what it was like to have a balanced energy around me. Again, you know, some things were hard for him, but he always had that the people around him that he could rely on, a very close net of people that he could rely on, unlike Harry. And I think this is what's coming through in all of this. You know, it's sort of saying, you know, you can criticize my home, and you can criticize my sense of style, but I had true people around me that, you know, had my back. Who have you got? Who have you got? And I think the universe is saying to Harry, you need to stand back, get yourself in the hangman, and look at your life. you know, look at what you're doing, put yourself in a different position and try and learn a lesson in the Hanged Man. Turn yourself upside down. Look at everything that you're saying and doing at the moment and try and get a new perspective on life. Live and learn, go away a different person. Because Elvis had the sun, he had everything, he had love around him. He had people who cared for him. And look at his legacy now. Look at the love that Elvis has. Well, Prince Harry, you don't have this. You don't have this love. You don't have this Queen of Cups energy in your future. You don't have the giving to people, the letting go of your money and giving, the letting any pain in your heart go. These are all things that Elvis had. And he's looking down on you and saying, you know, well, you can make as much fun of me as you like. It doesn't make any difference because basically I had it all and I have it all now because it's all down to love, isn't it? The end of the day, you know, when you've lived your life, it's all down to the love that you have for people and that people have for you. And people's love for Elvis continues. The same will not happen for Harry, of course it won't. The love in his life is, well, is it there? There are very, very few people that are going to say they love Harry. Okay? So there you go. That is what Elvis thinks of Harry making fun of his Graceland's home. And there's a big lesson there, isn't there? So I shall leave that one with you. And you have a good day and take care of each other. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.